What's up everybody, Ian here, and today we're going to do a little bit of rearranging. By rearranging the rock like this is going to cause a massive disturbance in the tank, so you can expect to have increasing nitrates and ammonias, and that's just really not good. This is okay in our case because, well, we're going to be prepared for any kind of consequences of what this change is going to do simply by, I have a water change ready. We'll be doing a water change on Monday. That's going to take care of 90% of any kind of nutrients that we had built up in the tank. So with precautions in place, a plan of attack for after this disturbance, I think the only thing that there's left to do is for me to actually do it. So we're gonna jump into a time lapse of me destroying this tank. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so it has been like 48 hours now since the time I shot the time lapse of me doing everything inside the tank. So, it's obviously much different. I took all of the rock that was in that center and moved it either into the sump so I could keep that the biological capacity of the tank inside the tank for now, and stack some more on top of either island. This is the way I had originally tried setting this tank up, and for whatever reason I just could not get it to work out, and I'm really happy that this worked out this time. And there's a cattail that's getting ready to sweep into the picture. Bye, Monty. But yeah, the reason I wanted to do this though is for several reasons. Early in the video I had said that this could cause a huge disturbance and, you know, stir up a lot of nitrates and ammonias and stuff that could cause a lot of havoc in the tank. It's okay though, because we're ready to take care of it. I've been monitoring all of that, and it really didn't get that much of a spike. I am going to go ahead and do a water change though today,
Along with that water change, I'm going to be doing a lot of physical removal of the additional algae that's in there. I already removed a lot when I moved everything. If you might have been able to see during the time lapse how much algae was actually just stirred up. Most of it is not very well attached. Most of it's already letting go, which is a good sign. That means that the tank is actually starting to let go of it, which means nutrient levels are dropping. One thing I want to stress though, algae is not a bad thing. Algae actually shows that the tank is healthy and that things are thriving inside the tank. And because I'm not putting any corals in this tank in the foreseeable future, I really don't mind the algae too much, and I'm just kind of letting it go. Add some movement and some characteristics and kind of, I don't know. Most people don't like algae in their tanks, and it's kind of grown on me in this tank just because I know I'm not putting corals in this tank anytime soon. The reason why will be for a future video, but it will all make sense. And it's just for now. There will be tanks that I have here in the future that I will have being dominated by coral. Have a lot of good ideas for that, but it's all in time. Anyways, second reason why I really wanted to set up the tank like this is it gives a lot of negative space. The fish are a lot more interactive with their environment now. They're not so keen to hide just because I've taken a lot of those little nooks and crannies and places where they could, get behind and not pop out. So, with that said, I have seen all of my fish, all of them, tenfold more than what I used to. So, that's very happy. Another thing that I like is the chromis. They don't school so much up in this top right corner. They typically school up here because that's where I feed them. They're used to getting their food up there. But when I don't have the canopy open like I do currently, I did just feed them. They will spread out pretty much throughout the tank. They will not school unless something spooks them. And it fills out the entire tank more and makes it look a lot more lively, which I enjoy that look. As I get more fish, it's going to be less and less of an issue. But until the new year, this is going to be the stocking level. Reason being is I've got some more equipment that I have to focus on funding that before, so I can truly make this tank where I want it. So we're going to wrap this video up here by just kind of closing up the equipment that I'm going to get, and we'll do videos on each one as I get it. I need to get a wave pump. Right now I'm using a little J-Boa or J-Bo, however you want to say it, tiny pump, and is literally all I'm using it for is to break up the surface tension of the water to help export nutrients over the overflow. So I need to get a new pump. That's on the top of my list. I want to get some marine pure biomedia, and I'm going to be stacking my entire refugium with that instead of the algae. And that is because I want to buy a algae reactor to help maintain, or to help contain, not maintain, but contain the algae. Algae just has a tendency to make a mess of everything. You probably have noticed that since I've set this tank up, I have just these little particles floating through the water, and that's actually caused by the algae. Nutrients get trapped in it. Every once in a while they get released. They don't get picked up by all the rest of my filtering and get pumped back into the tank. Over time, this will disappear as I get the algae under control. Like I said, not a big concern. I don't mind the algae in the tank right now. But in the long term, I'm going to be putting corals in this tank. So I want to make sure I have all the equipment up, running, and have the tank the way I want it before that happens to make it as beautiful as possible. The other thing is I'm going to be making some of my own little drip dosers. It's a cheap way, and it's a DIY thing that we can do here on the channel to dose trace elements or whatever that you're trying to dose, and anybody can do this for all of maybe $10. So that's going to be a video coming up, but I'm going to be setting up a couple of those so I can start dosing this tank with some calcium and some magnesium to start getting some of that purple coralline algae that everybody in the reef community seems to love so much. Anyways, that's what's coming down the drain. Hope you enjoyed this video. Not a terribly long video, kind of a goofy video, honestly, just kind of messing around with different camera angles and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. Leave your comments down below if you have any kind of suggestions on names. I'm still looking at names, and I'm going to pick a couple that are keen to me. probably right after the new year, and kind of put a vote out there and see what you guys think, so be looking for that. As always, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Turn notifications on if you want to know at the earliest when I post. And until next time, guys, I'm Ian, and take it easy.